fun with this, of course. We're having a lot of strike gameplay. Mirror Man? No, not Mirror Man. Well, I would be happy to see Mirror Man cut, of course, but it is not Mirror Man. We will be discussing more of that later. We got losers semis time. It is best of 3 territories still, so it is only the person who gets the first 2 wins who gets to move on. And the way the Stripes have been playing all night has been pretty rough, but Twilight is the only one to answer them so far, getting 55 damage straight on, realizing that Stripes is still relatively easy to combo. And if you just play patient around them, you can actually do a pretty good job of like catching their jump-ins. But Chavo, he is not one who falls for the same mix-ups very often. He's going to be looking for that side air, of course, from Twilight to try and punish that every time. The reverse hit in Nair, though, so massive. Covers so much base. Gets it with the side air. Neutral attack won't be enough to take him out yet. Goes high with the chainsaw. It's a little risky because that move actually does lose out on the trade with the up special. So you got to be very careful when you try to challenge that. Oh, the up special. Oh, it catches him slipping, going for the TNT, I believe, in the skies. So Twilight's going to go ahead and strike first. Chavo trying to set up some of these side airs. Going to get hit by the reverse there again. I feel like this destroy range of Twilight is actually working very well here against Stripe. So far, everybody's been struggling to deal with this extreme rushdown game that Stripe has had, but it's been manageable here so far by Twilight. Trying to jump here with multiple side airs to go in. Not the most consistent move is the side attack. The triple jab doesn't really link into itself fully, but using the dynamite to drop down and then try to go out there for the bite, just missing. I feel like the up special maybe would have been a good shot here. Chavo just trying to find his way back down to the ground, having a bit of a struggle here. The up special is coming out, of course. Try to use that chainsaw to sneak his way in, maybe snag Harley once. That might do it. Even with the shots, still not enough yet. So Twilight, on a rare occurrence, holding on to this stock for quite some time as Harley. At 145, that's not common. I feel like Twilight has a good understanding of the Stripe matchup so far. Like I said, it is day 1, so you can probably figure out some counterplay later. Side air into the gunshot. Yeah, you wait out the defensive option, get that target debuff on you, guaranteed knockout. Way underneath that Nair. Not gonna be able to find his way past that side air into up special though. And Twilight up a whole stock essentially here at 6 damage. It's looking really good for Twilight to potentially put themselves on the board up front to give you some cushion room if Chavo decides to switch to the Finn, of course. Trying to sneak his way underneath that confetti box, but like you still have to respect so much. And for Twilight, it's like, well, I don't need to move forward. Like I'm holding a stock up. You're the one who has to approach me here. Chavo getting a lot of resets on those side attacks and the dares. Oh, he's just gonna miss out. Gonna get caught by that though. Gonna be able to sneak in with the chainsaw, but the up special covering him on his way up. He's been getting chased so hard by Twilight. It's actually been borderline impossible to find like a comfortable landing. Shots out there with the up special again. Trying to find his way back onto the ground, getting caught by the Nair, the side air again. His damage is racking up so quickly right now for Twilight. 102, one straight up special pretty soon should probably knock him out. Although we're giving each other a lot of respect. The chart tactic on those bullets definitely gonna help them out a little bit, but mostly those are really not gonna knock out unless you're deep in the blast zone. Gonna try and read the dodge read over the other side. Now Chavo gets it to 2 stocks apiece. This is not undoable. We have seen a couple times tonight where people have made some big comebacks from these positions. Gets 24 essentially unchecked. Twilight does suffer sometimes on last stock scenarios. Closing out the game can be a little bit rough. Chavo's got 65 damage essentially unanswered. That side air finally comes through though. Gonna dodge through the neutral attack. Not gonna lose the stock just yet. Chavo not gonna go for the jump in immediately. Not gonna get caught. Oh, the reverse hit in the air though, and that's gonna take out the stock. Twilight gonna go ahead and seal the first game. Had to work pretty hard to try and deal with that one, but you can see the look on Chavo's face. Remember, this is best of 3 territories, so now it's on Chavo to kind of, choose whether he's going to commit to this or not. He's already been forced once tonight to switch off to the Finn, and he's not going to do it. He's going to stick with the stripe, going to try and figure it out.
Yeah. Hello. It's growing pains. You gotta figure it out. Chavo said he was gonna go stripe. So.
Yeah, one time he was forced to switch. He switched off against Jeff, and he almost lost. So I feel like at this point, it's like, okay, he almost brought it back there at the end. Twilight has just been the one that's been playing the best against Stripe so far tonight, because they're willing to be very passive. That's kind of been tripping up the couple, like, beat Sice and got the first round here on Chavo.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a difficult play style to deal with. But that said, like, playing patient against somebody who is patient always ends up, like, it becomes a mental battle at that point.
Yeah, and a lot of these short hop siders have been really good on whip punishes against Stripe so far, because even though Stripe could put on massive damage,
he was able to air dodge right past that.
I actually like that idea, since Chavo's been dodging it on that almost every time he usually hits, but wasn't prepared for Chavo to dodge that early, I guess.
He doesn't have an air dodge either, and he's forced to go to the right side now. 104% and very healthy stock from Twilight. I don't think that Chavo does know that up special does break projectiles, which includes her down air as well as her box.
Yeah, maybe that was part of why he tried to do it right there, actually. Like, I wonder if he's starting to remember it, because this is day one. Everybody has been dodging in and jumping over Twilight all night on that up special, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's such a consistent kill move.
Yeah, it's consistent. It's got a big hitbox. It's very strong, so you got to be very careful when you're choosing your like disadvantaged states against a character like Harley, because they will extend their combos like vertically a lot.
Yeah, it's actually how Twilight was able to beat Daquan earlier too, and actually for that matter, kind of Sice. And it's continuing here, using the dynamite to drop his way back down. At least this time, compared to last game, Twilight had a whole stock up at 6 in this position, and Chavo's very close to sealing the deal right now. Ooh, never mind, you can die right there. You better get out, touch that ground.
I mean, Twilight is doing a really good job at making sure that they're staying, like, composed, and they're not rushing in. They're just going for combo starters and trying to rack up damage. Yeah. They're not committing to anything.
Chavo is just trying to play around a lot of the aerial game. Finally finds a Sarah into the guns. That's basically the win con here. With how light Harley is, usually you could send her up there much earlier than others, but it's been so hard to get them because of how hitbox campy Twilight's been so far.
Yeah, I agree. But actually shot the gun when that would have extended the buzzsaw. I feel like that's going to be something definitely to learn, is how to, continue to bounce your buzzsaws in the air to rack up that damage. Yeah,
I think that's the biggest key to the future of this character's meta. Past the rushdown, like who's good enough at like mixing that up. That's something we were just I can't remember who, but we mentioned that a couple times tonight. It's like, oh yeah, that's pretty much all he's got, because I feel like he's pretty straightforward. Like, he's not, like, I don't think there's a lot of depth to him overall, but he's just strong at rushdown, so it doesn't matter. But, like, that does provide, like, a nice uniqueness to him.
Now you see that Chavo is actually now on the defensive side and trying to rack up the damage, not trying to overcommit, and has racked up 105.
Yeah, not overextending here against Harley is like the most difficult thing because of how much range she covers with her normals. That's going to send the opposite direction, and he's going to be able to sneak back on. The chainsaw finally finds a connection. Wasn't enough to send Twilight too high, but it does still reset neutral just throwing those bullets out.
Yeah, exactly. It puts you into a position where it's like, okay, now you can kind of do what you got to do. That was up special, I believe.
Yeah, call with the up special at the end. But now we have 2 stocks apiece here gone. Chavo facing elimination point. If he can't figure this out, he's been put in this position a couple times tonight, and he's going to take 53 for one side air.
Yeah, that infinite combo thing is not working.
I mean, it's reduced it somewhat, because it used to be much more. but like we're heading in the right direction.
We're getting there.
It's getting lower. It's 53 instead of 80.
But still, it's not a huge detriment. 43 already racked up, now 51 and 60 because of the buzzsaw, and continues to toss that back and forth, kind of volleyballing it. Very similar to like Lupa and Smash.
Yep, this is something that Chavo. Oh, wait a minute, he's in a bad spot right now. He's got to watch out for that nair. Gonna drop in, trying to sneak his way through. He's at 99 damage. He can't afford to get that bomb on him. He cannot get comboed into the skies off the out special.
Yeah, no, you want to be careful. at 105, apparently at 52 weight, you want to be, you need to protect this stock at this point.
This would be yet another week where Chavo would be out of top 3. He's had a couple of those now where people are starting to evolve to him. Now, granted, he is playing Stripe, so this is the first time he's played it, but that was so close to getting the up.
That was risky.
That was very risky. That move is so strong. Trying to find his way down. The up special from the ground could possibly knock it out here for Twilight.
Yeah, at 124, I'm assuming at this point that, yeah, it will knock him out. And that is going to be Twilight moving on into Losers Finals, where I will have to fight him next. Let's see if my Stripe can do it, because every Stripe has lost so far.
Yeah, every Stripe has lost to this Harley so far. So, is Harley the answer? Harley might be the answer.
Harley's a good character, and people need to stop complaining.
Oh, no, I won't ever let Harley's downplay this character anymore.